6:52, time for the morning sprint.
As Governor Evers prepares to fill the court seat left behind by the state Supreme Court's newest justice, advocates of fair legislative maps are also planning ahead. A legal challenge to those political maps could reach the new balance of the Supreme Court. Several independent studies rank Wisconsin as one of the most gerrymandered states in the country. If a challenge were to win in the courts, though, it would need to go through the state legislature to have any lasting impact.
A group of lawmakers in Tennessee now being called the Tennessee Three. 2 members were expelled from their state legislature for their part in one of the largest student protests in the U.S. this week. The protest was in response to a deadly Nashville school shooting that killed 6 people last week. Republicans say the Democratic lawmakers were disorderly and effectively committed a mutiny.
A Madison man charged for a deadly crash on Schrader Road last year has pleaded guilty to a hit-and-run charge as part of a plea deal. The crash killed 14-year-old Jeremiah Broomfield. Sedarius Goodall pleaded guilty to a felony charge of hit-and-run involving death during that hearing. As part of the agreement, prosecutors dismissed additional charges of hit-and-run and homicide by intoxicated use of a vehicle. A sentencing date has not yet been scheduled.
This week, Wisconsin voters approved a constitutional change, one that fundamentally changes how bail is set here in the state. Under the change, judges can now factor in whether they think a defendant will harm the community, and if that risk exists, the judge can raise bail.
An elementary school principal in Sun Prairie was surprised with a very special award this week. That's Nikki Harkis of Westside Elementary. She was selected by the Association of Wisconsin School Administrators as the state's Elementary Principal of the Year. Congrats, Nikki. We have more on this award up on our website, channel3000.com.
The Pentagon defending how the 2021 troop withdrawal from Afghanistan was carried out. National Security Council spokesperson John Kirby says the report concluded that President Biden's decision to end ground operations was the right one. During the rush to evacuate people from Kabul's airport, a suicide bomber carried out an attack that killed 13 service members and about 170 Afghan civilians.
Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas trending on social media this morning for controversial luxury trips he accepted over the last decade. That's according to a new report from ProPublica. The outlet reports Justice Thomas and his wife, Ginny, a conservative activist, have gone on trips to Indonesia, New Zealand, California, Texas, and Georgia, all on a Republican mega-donor's dime. The trips were not disclosed on Thomas's public financial filings with the Supreme Court.
Happening right now, Israel bombing the Gaza Strip. It's in retaliation for rocket attacks it's blaming on the Islamist group Hamas. The situation escalating the chance for conflict in the Middle East. Tensions are high right now following a raid by Israeli police on a mosque in Jerusalem. So far, 2 have been killed in the attacks.
Pope Francis is scheduled to lead 2 Good Friday services today after holding Holy Thursday Mass at the Vatican yesterday. He appears fully recovered from a bout with bronchitis. Thursday through Sunday, the most intensive period in the church's calendar as Christians commemorate Easter.
Eggs and otters here. Look at this. In Australia, some Asian small-clawed otters getting in on some extra special enrichment to celebrate Easter. Otters were given a special box filled with frozen fish inside those Easter eggs. Fun. Otters are cute.
They are very cute.
That's why you call them my spirit animal, right?
Don't you, Kelly, do you think that Chris Stanford's spirit animal is an otter?
I'm not really sure.
That's a no.
I mean, if he wants to be, that's great.
You're a little more serious, I guess.
Whatever you guys say.
Kelly, save us. What's it looking like out there today?
You know, I don't know. The weather's not looking too bad. A little chilly this morning. It started on Friday. We're sitting at 29, 28 in Janesville. They were up to 32 the last hour, so dropped down there in Rock County. Looking at some sun mixed in with some clouds, or maybe a few flurries yet this morning up toward Adam and Juneau County. A mix of clouds and sun throughout the day, headed into the low to mid 50s. That's typical for this time of April. Winds will be a lot lighter, a nice afternoon. Just a mix of clouds and sun as we get up to about 54. And it gets even better throughout the weekend. 60 tomorrow, 64 for Easter Sunday. The only chance of really rain is maybe a shower Sunday night and Monday morning. Otherwise, 70s. Better chance of rain, it looks like, by next weekend.
Weekend not looking too bad at all.
Looking good for that Easter egg hunt.
Thanks, Kelly. Have a great Easter weekend, everybody. We'll see you back here Monday.